Stream. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Once someone sees this, let me know, and just fire away with your questions whenever you want. I'm going to try being on TikTok as well, but we're also on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook and X. All right. While we're doing that, let's see if we can't get some more eyeballs. Don't know how long we're going to go today or if we're going to have any particular topic. This was more of a whim than anything else. So we'll see. Followers and highlights, join live here. All right, got some folks coming in who got some questions, so give me just a second and we'll get to it. I just want to get some more eyeballs. So that should bump that up a little bit, although Facebook is pretty much dead when it comes to live streams, which is really interesting. All right, now some questions coming in. And my browser is freezing, so. Hello, whoever that is on TikTok. Come on. All right. Yeah, if you're watching on TikTok, you're not going to be able to see the questions, by the way. So whatever. Let's see. Aaron says he can see and hear me. Keith says, hey, Chris, hope you're well. Nail Champion says hi. Touch ICT. There's your free plug. Says hi. Shannon says, hey there. Hello. All right. First question is from YouTube, and it's Andantas27, I think. That's how that's pronounced. I have seen our click-through rate dropping by half, and our traditional marketing is not working anymore. Any tips on what is working for local business? Okay, so this is kind of a vague. Like, I kind of don't have a ton of detail to really work with, so it's going to be a little bit hard to answer. But if your click-through is dropping that by that much, and you haven't changed anything, that probably means your traffic has dropped too. So you're going to have to get to the cause of that. Your traditional, I need to know what traditional marketing is when you say your traditional marketing is not working anymore, because what I consider traditional and what I consider not working, for that matter, might be different than what you consider. So can you just give me some more detail, and I'll do my best to help. I don't have enough information to give you a useful answer from what I have so far. No offense. Try to move the my phone here so I can see the questions, assuming there even are any. On, come on. There we go. Aaron says blogging. I see websites rank for a lot of, in my opinion, BS keywords with blogs that don't even relate to the company, industry, or niche at all. Is this part of blogging strategy just to get keywords and traffic? I'd have to see the specific examples, but my instinct is that either it's a repurposed site or it's someone that is doing it for a boss that only cares about seeing dumb metrics like traffic go up. Because yeah, either that or they're selling parasite SEO posts. It could be that too. Again, without the specifics, it's hard to say for sure, but I think it's probably one of those things. I can give you more detail. Local law firm. We do SEO, PPC, and LSA as well as GBP. Okay. So you're saying that SEO and I don't even know what LSA is. Local search ads, I guess, probably. I'm terrible with acronyms. I only learned what SEO means last week. It sounds like if you have an agency, if you're doing this yourself, let me know. If you have an agency, it sounds like they're not doing their job. But it sounds, from everything you're telling me, it sounds like your traffic has dropped. And because of that, your click-through rate has dropped. So that probably means that either somebody is out SEOing you, or that if it's PPC that's dropped, like your click-through rates, you're going to just have to try different different audiences, different ad copy, and things like that. If it's SEO, you're gonna have to see if your rankings have dropped, and if that's the case, then you have a bigger problem. I think we lost traffic from blogs. The number of pages on first pages are an all-time high. Okay, so let me ask you this: I assume that getting calls and form fills, or however you get your inquiries, is what really matters. Are those down, or is it just the click-through rate that's down? I just fired my agency. That's probably good because, well, if you don't know the answers to those questions that I just asked you and you had an agency, that means they're doing a poor job because you should be able to know those things from them. So why on legit marketplace, why don't custom order reviews show on service reviews? Because a custom order review is not a review of a service. It's a review of a custom order. I'm asking this because legit services get ranked after reviews. Yeah, custom orders are part of a custom order. Like, it's not a custom order of a service. You know what I mean? So Ryan Allen is that I don't know football, so I'm not going to pretend like I know what mascot that is. Do email and cold calling still work when you're growing local SEO agencies? Yes. You have to do them correctly, though. I'm going to be putting out a really inexpensive product on a cold email strategy designed to get 10 appointments in 10 days. Stay tuned. I'll have that in the next day or two. But yes, they still work. You just have to do them right. And there's two different approaches. There's highly targeted and lower volume, and then less targeted and higher volume, but they absolutely work. Phone calls down, leads down. Okay. Yeah, I think you're going to have to it sounds like either your SEO is not working and they did a bad job, or something has changed and they didn't tell you. So, and if they couldn't tell you, that's a problem. What I would do is just send me over your website, not here on the chat, because that will attract the sharks, but send it over to me on Legit or on Facebook, and I can get into it a little bit deeper. But it sounds like basically your whole, you need someone to help you figure out what to do so you can execute it, or to have someone execute it for you. So happy legit customer for 3 years. I'll send it to you. Oh, perfect. I'm wondering, I'm sure I know who you are, so I won't ask you to say that. How do you make 50 million online? Please share every version of your story. Sure. The origin story, I guess, let me just go through my whole origin story then. In the beginning, no, around 2013, I was working in IT support, and I had some credit card debt, and I need a shave. Sorry, just gotten distracted. I had some other types of debt, and I was looking for ways to make some money online, and I tried a bunch of different things. The first thing that I tried was taking surveys. I don't think I've ever really included that in my story, but there was a site called Inbox Dollars, and then that led me to some other sites where you could just answer surveys. It was kind of like a micro workers type of thing. That made me my first 20 or 30 bucks. And then I'm sorry, I just saw a future question that made me laugh. And then that made me my first 20, 30 bucks. That got me hooked. So then I started, I forget, I think I must have found it on Warrior Forum, but I found somebody who was doing eBay to, or Amazon Prime to eBay arbitrage. So basically they would find something on Amazon Prime that they could get with free shipping, mark it up and sell it on eBay. That's against Amazon Prime terms of service. So don't do that. But I made, I got that up to about 20 to 50 bucks a day in profit, like pure profit. So that was good. And then I started affiliate marketing, and that's what got me really hooked on. I made a website on called Get Rid of Cable, which helped you people, which like did reviews of products and services to like cut the cord, which was a big deal back then. Like streaming was still, it wasn't new exactly, but like it wasn't a way of life like it is now. Yeah, but anyway, from there, I started doing freelancing, and that's when things really took off for me. I used a website called Source Market, which is no longer in existence. But I did well there, and then I started doing client SEO around that same time. And that got me to where I was making probably, I don't know, $4 or $5 grand a month, between those. And then eventually that got me even more than that, and to quit my job. And I got to the point where I was between my agency and my freelancing and other various little things here and there. I was making, I don't know, 20, 30,000 a month, something like that. And then in 2018, and I'm skipping some parts here because there was training and software and other things in there, but then we launched Legit. And that's when things really took off for me. Legit was going to just be an extra product for my SEO business, but it took off within the first month and was huge for me. So that, from there, basically running Legit, running my various other products, running my agency, between all of those over the years, it's been about 50 million. That's kind of the 30-second overview of it. But if you want to check out any of my websites, my full origin story is on there as well. So like superstarseo.com or chrismwalker.io. I think chrismwalker.com directs there as well. Mashur, I know you, my friend. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. Says, hi, boss. Great. Hey, good to see you. Aaron, I think I'm talking to you tomorrow, Aaron, right? Is it tomorrow? Anyway, local business accelerator guide. How can that be applied to a company that does business across the US or even worldwide? The only thing you would do different is like, you just wouldn't do the GMB stuff, assuming they don't have a GMB, or if they have like multiple location GMBs, you just do it for each one. But the organic stuff works exactly the same. Tuheen says, if suddenly you dead, who will handle Legit? Just asking for peace of mind for it. We all will die. And first of all, I appreciate the way you framed that question. I'm not going to get into the specific legalities of it, but I do have a partner and he would be in charge. And I'm actually grooming a new CEO as well. So after a long time of watching live, hey, Mir, how's it going, buddy? Asan, the second best looking guy on Legit. How's it going? Do you find a difference being in the desert? So if you mean the desert specifically, the first couple weeks I was here, my like sinuses and my nose were like really dried out until I got used to like, because I've lived like a block from the beach most of my life. So I was used to that. But since I got here, I've adapted to that. That said, I love it here. Like, it was definitely the right decision. It was expensive to move here, but I like it. The main difference is Vegas is, I live in Las Vegas, for those that don't know. I moved here on June 24th. It is currently August 27th. So just a little over 2 months. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a really good decision. I like it a lot here. W, thank you for sharing. Oh, my pleasure. And that's from Anointing Hajimoko. Yes, tomorrow I'm looking forward to it. Me too. I have like 4 or 5 of those tomorrow, which is exhausting but exhilarating all at once. It's interesting. Thank you for sharing. Oh, of course. We got some people coming and going on TikTok, and I just do not get how TikTok works. But we are caught up on questions for the moment. No, I'm not. What advice would you give to solopreneurs? Stop being a solopreneur as soon as possible. I don't care what Justin Welsh tells you. There is absolutely no glory in being a solopreneur. And there's never been a historic business that was just one person. I know that, like, I get the appeal to that, but you are always going to be capped. And again, it doesn't matter what Justin Welsh says. You're always going to be capped at how much you can do and how much you can succeed if you try to do everything yourself. You can't possibly be good at all the things that you need to be good at to have a business. You just can't. Like, there's too many different micro and macro skills that you have to have, and you are not going to be good enough at any. You're not going to be good enough at all of them. Let alone, what's going to happen is you're going to do like a little. You're going to do at best okay with a bunch of them, and you're not going to grow, and you're not going to have a great business. Now, I don't know if that's everyone's goal. It probably isn't, but my goal is to have a fantastic, world-changing business. But even you're never going to get to like more than like 10K a month, or maybe 20K a month being a solopreneur. So I think it's a dream that has been packaged and sold to people. So don't do it, I guess, or just do it as short as possible, or for as short amount of time as possible. Let's see if I got any questions elsewhere. All right. So for those of you that are watching, answer this for me. What do you do? What kind of business do you have? Do you have an online business, an offline business? Are you an agency? Are you an affiliate marketer? What are you? All right. Aaron says, what is the definition of a solopreneur? It's a one-person business. This douchebag on like Facebook and X, he may not be a douchebag, but his online persona is definitely douchey. Justin Welsh like sells people on the idea of being a solopreneur or a one-person business. And by the way, even if you are a solopreneur, you're still not a one-person business, because you have the people at Stripe, at WordPress, at YouTube, at Twitter, however you get your traffic, or however you process your payments, or however you host your website. They're all helping you too. So you're still not a solopreneur. You just are patting yourself on the back for being more special than you actually are. I'm new legit and I'm trying to start. Go check out. Let me bring up my screen here. I posted a video today that is perfect for you then. So let me share my screen. StreamYard has made some changes, so I have to get a little used to it. All right, so let's go to my channel. And if you are watching on TikTok, and there's only one of you, but if you're the one person watching on TikTok, man, what a shit application that is. Come over here to videos and how to start freelancing with no experience. Perfect video for you. I'm going to go ahead and plop that in the chat, actually. So that's your answer. That's from Atanda Ibrahim. So there's that. And while you're there, you should go ahead and subscribe. Tebi Chiropractic and Sports Medicine Clinic out of Charlotte, North Carolina. There's your free plug. It says, learn to be a better manager and understand what you don't know. Fill those educational gaps with people who do know. Yeah. So for example, I am not good at like organizing and planning and, that sort of thing. My director of operations, Georgie, who many of you may know, is fantastic at that. And that's his job within the company. So yeah, you need to get people that are good at the things that you're bad at. Now you have to know a little bit about it so you can judge if they're doing their job right. But yeah, Aaron says agency owner. Brian, who I spoke to 2 days ago, it says agency owner. Platinum Web Marketing. There's your free plug. Agency owner, just trying to pick up tips from you. I always appreciate it, my friend. Atunda says, thank you, sir. I'm going to watch it. Subscribe. Wonderful. Thank you. So let me ask, there may be, maybe I took this for granted because I see a lot of familiar faces here, but does everybody know who I am and like why you are listening to me? If you don't, I'll take a moment to introduce myself. If you do, then fuck it, we'll move on to something else. But guys, we're just here doing a little Q&A. I'm going to start trying to do these more often. I'm not going to commit to doing them every day because I have too many other things going on, although I'm working on freeing that up. But I have like a lot of like calls and meetings and stuff like that. So it's like, it's not always easy, especially with like the time zone difference. Cause like I get up at like 9 most days. And even if I get started like at 10 with one of these, it's already 1 o'clock on the East Coast. So that's a square a circle I haven't figured out how to square I haven't figured out how to circle. Whatever. So yeah. But anyway, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. Let me go back to stop sharing my screen. Actually, I'll just, I'm going to bring up Legit now. How many of you have checked out the content cluster tool that we have on Legit? If you haven't, you should, because it's awesome. So you just come up to Legit and go up to your click dashboard. Imamo, one of the wonderful, wonderful freelancers here on Legit, although his avatar still says Black Friday. It's almost time for Black Friday again. So I guess maybe I'll just leave it. How are you doing, man? How's Las Vegas? New city, new people. It is wonderful. It was a wonderful decision. It was, took a lot of, I don't know. It was a big leap for me, but it was definitely the right decision. I love it here. I go on the Strip almost every night. Lots of great places to go. Lots of neat people to meet that live here and both people that just come here as well. Yeah, let's check this out. I haven't really talked too much about this, but we'll see. Where is it? Oh, it's up here under tools and God damn it. SEO tools, marketing tools. Come up to marketing tools and click on content cluster generator. Shero says, hey, hello, Shero. And you're just going to select a target keyword from your keywords. We're going to click home remodeling. You're going to click create content cluster. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see. And what that's going to do is it's going to create we'll just go through it. But while it's happening, Oladejo says, I created and set up my Legit profile and inserted a gig. We don't have gigs on Legit. To my profile, I haven't seen any customers to message me about. So if you're sitting around waiting for customers to message you, that's the problem. You have to go out and get business. Right now, you don't deserve business. So you have to prove to us that you deserve our traffic and get to work with our customers by going out and getting some for yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to get any. So Shero says, hey, boss. Hello, Shero. Always a pleasure. Another one of our wonderful freelancers. And I think customer too here on Legit. What this is doing is it's like going out and building all the topics for your cluster. So it's having to do some research and things like that. What is your opinion on using LLM.txt file in the root? I don't think it does. If it does any good at all, it does very minimal good. That said, it takes 5 seconds to make, especially if you use some sort of generator. So you may as well do it, but I wouldn't expect it to make much difference for you. I was at a conference about a month ago for AI, and somebody asked the CISO of Anthropic that same question. And that's basically what he said is like, if it makes you feel good, you can do it, but ultimately it's not what we're looking at. So that is, now I assume that's a similar answer, would be a similar answer from OpenAI or Gemini or whoever, but what the hell just happened? Undefined. Oh, and that's fucking special. All right. Well, we'll try that again another day, but if you're watching this, I hope you will subscribe. You can check out my channel. We're putting out, after a couple months off, we started back on the YouTube Express. Look at me when I was all freshly shaved and cut. Yeah, so subscribe. I'd appreciate it. You can just do it easily at chrismwalker.tv. Yeah, so let me know what other questions you have. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen for a minute. But if you have any questions, now is your time. I'm going to put this on the screen. So, yeah. Hello, folks on TikTok. How do I get buyers to work with me? How do I get buyers to work with me affect my publishing? How do I get buyers to work with me affect my publishing? Sir, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're asking. Sorry, please. How can I get started with this? And legit for me to help also making money on legit. You have a web design service. Go make a website for someone and show them to it and show it and say, if you want a website like this for your business, come check out my service on legit. And at Honda, I need a little bit more information from you. I'm not getting what you're asking me. How is Jeff C these days? I'd order some work from him, but it was never completed, which is unusual. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but unfortunately, it's not that unusual for it not to get completed lately. So I wish I had a better answer for you. Well, let me hop back on screen and check out something else. Shoot, let me just try a different site. Maybe it just didn't like that one. So we're going to let me just go ahead and refresh. Can I leave my legit services link here? No, that's not cool. Tools, marketing tools, content cluster generator. And for whatever reason, my computer doesn't handle multiple things well when I'm doing a live stream, and I don't know why. So, oh, we're up to 4 entire people on TikTok. Say hello if you're watching on TikTok. The reason I decided to do on TikTok, let me just get out of here. The reason I decided to turn on TikTok today was because I've been spending a little more time on there myself, and I noticed that some people just live stream like all day long. So, okay, Chris, I'm so getting lovely with this answer. Do you mean should design the website for anyone else? Bro, you have to market it yourself. Okay, you're a web designer. Go find somebody that needs a website. Show them a website that you've built. Offer to do it for them for absolute dirt cheap, and send them over to your legit link for the payment. And then you'll get a review and you'll start moving up in the categories. And then we can trust you to know that you'll do a good job and send some traffic. So you have to send some traffic to your own service to begin with. Otherwise, this just isn't going to work, because like, why would I trust? And I'm not saying, I'm sure you do a good job, but why should I trust somebody I don't know with my customers, businesses. You get what I'm saying? So like you have to prove yourself to us before we can trust you. Because we have the traffic, we have the resources, we have the marketing. But we're only going to send that to people that we know are going to do a good job for our customers. I know that's unique in the agency space, or not the agency. That's what's on my mind lately, but in the internet marketing space, but it's the way that things need to happen, you know? See if I missed any questions over on the Book of Faces. My mom's watching. I hope you got the joke there. Let's try this one more time. Marketing tools, content cluster generator. All right, let's see. We've been on for a half hour. If you have any more questions, let me know. I had blocked out an hour for this, but I'll stay. So we're going to try to create I already did one for this. I don't have enough keywords on this one. Let's choose a different one. Let's go over to Superstar SEO. As a leader, can you give me a hint about how I can build trust? I'm thinking offering free service for them and pay me any amount if they like. I think that's a good idea. What you've done there is removed any risk to them. What you might even do if you want to get really aggressive about it, I don't know how long it takes you to design a site, but is you can literally go make it for them, or at least like a landing page or a Figma mockup or something like that, and say, I can build this site for you and I'll do it for $100 or $50 or some ridiculously low amount. And then say, if they like it, then say, send them over to your legit link to get your review. And then after a while, you won't have to do that anymore. But right now, I don't mean this about you as a person, but I mean this as you as a tested professional. Right now, you don't have any worth that you have proven. That's not meaning that you don't have any worth. It means that you haven't proven to anyone that they should give you money for it in exchange. You know, you get what I mean? So do that. Either like offer to do it for them, show them your portfolio, or just do it for them ahead of time and say, I've got this for you. It's yours if you want it. Here's my link. But, you know, more polite than that. So, all right, let me, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Damn it, Jim. Not Sabelico. That was the Star Trek reference. All right, let me just do full screen. Zoom in a little bit. All right, so hopefully it'll work this time. Let's build a content cluster around the term keywords anywhere. So you can click. And by the way, this pulls these from your rank tracker. And Aaron, you should probably be aware of this. Create content cluster. I posted an example of the random blog in my questions earlier. It probably got eaten by YouTube. Let me see. Yeah, YouTube must have eaten it. I'm sorry. I don't see it. It's yeah, sorry. Let me go back over here. All right. Well, here we go. It worked this time. So that's nice. So keyword, it should have been keywords anywhere, but it creates the pillar content. So keyword anywhere, the complete guide to smarter SEO. Then it's going to create these three, and then these two, and then these one, which is an entire content cluster around that topic. It's going to explain what each one is. If you don't like one of those, you can just click regenerate. I'm not going to bother with that because I think you get how that works. And then you just click continue. Make sure that you like what's included, and then click generate content. And we'll come back to that. Pardeep says, hey, Chris, hey, Pardeep. I'm heading to India again soon. Oladejo says, I'd love to show you my portfolio. If you want to make a landing page for legit, I appreciate that. I have plenty of talent right now, but I appreciate you hustling and shooting your shot, as the kids probably don't say. Chris, you really answered my questions. It's so lovely, to be honest. And this makes my day to keep me pushing to sell them. Well, wonderful. Wonderful. I appreciate that. Facebook messaged it to you. Oh, okay. Yeah, Aaron, I'm not going to show it on screen because I don't know if it's your client or not. But my guess is that they're using some kind of they just scale at AI and aren't even really paying attention. I'm not saying it's a good strategy, but I think that's probably what's happening. So, hello, TikTok audience. Say hello, please. Hello, Maria. Not the Maria I know, but. All right. Oladejo says, thank you. One of our, you share a first name with one of our top freelancers. Let me just bring up his. Richard on TikTok, Richard Sendova. Can I? Yeah, sure. He asked for it. Yeah, SEO Booster Oladejo is one of our top freelancers. I tried to get him on the channel, but it didn't work out. So did I type it wrong? SEOBOOSTER. There we go. I must have typed it wrong. Oof. And this takes a few minutes because it's generating numerous articles for you. And then it's going to optimize them for SEO. Hello, Violet on TikTok. Hello, Maria again. And as I do more live streams in the future, I will try to be more topic focused. But, today this was kind of a whim. Wasn't like on my schedule. I just, I haven't done one in a second, as the kids say. I should stop saying as the kids say, because I don't know that the kids say that. I haven't talked to anybody under the age of 35 and God knows how long, other than my staff. See, chrismwalker.tv. Please subscribe. Putting out lots of videos. Got another one dropping on Friday. It's going to be on discipline versus motivation. Jake's been on the channel before. New office background. Well, I moved. No more Funko Pops. I haven't unpacked them. Although you can see, where is it? There's a great big Batman one there. But yeah, I haven't. I've only lived here for 2 months, and I haven't unpacked them. So maybe you didn't know. I moved from where I lived in Myrtle Beach to Las Vegas. It's funny, like the Funkos. I used a pod to move my stuff out here, and probably 40% of it was the Funkos that I put in like these tote crate things. I don't know what they're called exactly. So yeah. Now I'm trying to keep it a little bit more minimal for this location. You're under 35, and well, you don't act like it. Oh, burn! I make myself laugh. That's all that matters to me. This is taking a long time, but again, it's generating, I think, like 8 articles that are like 2,000 words. So we'll see. And it uses Anthropic. I want to say it uses, I don't know if it uses Opus or if it uses, what's the other one? Sonnet. I think it's Sonnet. But yeah. Was it only like 3 years ago you had never been on a plane? No, I hadn't. I'd been on a plane. I've traveled a bunch, but I hadn't been. In fact, it's still been less than a year. The first time I left the United States was last September. So in that year, I have been to the Philippines, Japan, Thailand, India, London. Internationally, I think that's it. And then I also, in that time, I flew to Austin and, well, just outside of Phoenix in Chandler, could it be any more of an SEO conference? Yeah. So I've traveled quite a bit, but not until a year ago. It'd all been in the United States. Soon, I'm going to be going to India and Thailand for a couple of speaking gigs, and then the Philippines again, somewhere in there as well. So yeah, I flew the first time when I was like 20, but I hadn't been out of the United States until less than a year ago. Man, it's been a quick, seems like forever. But yeah, now I see you flying all over the place. Yeah, I don't like flying. I mean, I like the places, but I don't like the transit. Oladejo is a hustler. I appreciate it. And if anyone needs a website designer, I can help get started with free. My man, you keep at that, do that 100 times a day, and you will see success. Making up for lost time, just an international man of mystery. Yeah, I guess so. And then I drove, I moved from South Carolina to Las Vegas, and that was a 4-day drive. And literally 4 entire days. I stopped to sleep, and that's it. I mean, to get gas too, I guess. But I mean, I even ate in the car. So, how do I find Ola on Legit? Oladejo, you can go ahead and share your username. The cluster is taking a long time to generate, but hopefully it will finish. Hopefully it's not like Aaron and it'll finish. Hey, Calling Larry with a new profile picture. What's up, Calling Larry? It looks like your profile picture looks like a Dropkick Murphys fan. I'm a Dropkick Murphys fan myself, so that's not an insult. There we go. It finally finished. All right. So you can see it created all, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 articles with various word counts. It creates the metadata for them, the ways to link them internally, and the FAQs, all in just a few clicks. And it's well optimized content. I'm particular, so let's go over to content, and you can see you'll have to like format it a little bit, but it even tells you what outbound links to put into it, where to link to it. I mean, we literally just created an entire content cluster in a few minutes. So go check that out. You can buy credits, so you don't have to buy a subscription. Aaron, you want to message me on Legit, or how about you message him on Legit? Aaron's username is that one dude, if I'm not mistaken. So you message him what you have, and you guys work it out. Because I don't know Oladejo's username, and he hasn't put it yet. So Calling Larry says Dropkick Murphys is cool. That was from Impractical Jokers. Oh, okay. I never watched that show. That one guy. I was close. So I mean, there won't be anything to see here, but yeah, this is who you want to message, Oladejo. You got Ella and Mickey on TikTok, and Tomert, something like that. Seems like if I want to attract more women to my stuff, I need to use TikTok more, because it seems like everyone that joins these is female. That's like the only females that ever join. Aaron message, bro, he can't message you. Okay. He doesn't know your username. That's why I asked what your username is. Is the content cluster tool part of the agency dashboard? Yes and no. You can use it without it, but it is in there as well. But yeah, no, you just go up to tools and marketing tools and content cluster generator, and you will get some credits to use it with your agency plan, but you will, it's not unlimited. So you going to Chiang Mai SEO? I am. I'm actually speaking at Chiang Mai SEO this year. I hope it's okay that I announced that. Travis or Carl, if you're watching, if I wasn't supposed to say anything, let me know. And I apologize. Okay, there we go. Starco 4. There you go, Aaron. This is Oladejo's service. Design a modern Wix or WordPress for $20. I mean, that's incredibly cheap. Like, there's almost no risk involved. I sounded like a late night infomercial, but most of you are too young to know what that is. So, all right, ladies, gentlemen, and Aaron, we have about 15 minutes left. So let me know what I can do for you. Like I said, I do charge $1,000 an hour for consulting, and that's not bullshit, by the way. I can prove it. I know an internet marketer proving that they can do what they can do, what they, what's the expression I'm looking for? Putting their money where their mouth is. I know, stunning. As you can tell, I'm a little burnt out on the internet marketing industry. You see right here, $1,000 an hour, one-on-one consulting with me. I also think it's about time to give my profile a glow up. So, should I start a small network of sites to help me with client SEO? So you mean like create a bunch of like local sites that you can use as almost like a PBN, but like actual sites, if that's what you mean? I'm not going to say whether you should or shouldn't do it, but it can be an effective strategy. I'm never going to say yes or no when someone says, should I? Because I don't know your situation. I don't know you, but I'll say like, I don't want to be on the hook. You know, if I say, yes, you should, and then it's, you fuck it up. Not that I know you wouldn't, but you get me. So like personal PBNs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not going to say you should, but it can be effective. Thank you for showing my profile, Chris. Many people need a service like that. My man is a hustler. I appreciate that. Fun fact, did you know that if you push the mouse wheel on your mouse down, it is a same thing as a right click? AI Image Art says hi. Hello, AI Image Art. Aaron says, I'm glad you're doing these again. They're really helpful. Do you just spitfire questions that come to me? Thank you. I enjoy doing these. What happens is I try to do them too much and I get burnt out. But man, they really make my channel explode too. So I may have to figure it out, something out. Like tomorrow I have meeting. You know, I could probably do one tomorrow actually, because I have meeting at 10 a.m. Eastern or Pacific, and then nothing until I talk to you at 1. So I might be able to squeeze one in tomorrow. We'll see. Calling Larry, it says understood, explained. Well, thank you. Thank you. All right, we got about 12 minutes left. So anyway, this is what I was showing before. You can see it created not only the pillar content, but also all the supporting content. Shows you the links to use. Shows you what FAQs to use, the metadata to use. That saves tons and tons and tons of times. Tyler says, see you in Chiang Mai. Hope we have some time to grab a drink. I have tons of people to see while I'm there. I don't drink, but I would definitely hope to get to see you. Local expired URLs, creating a local PBN can be very helpful for boosting local relevance. Yes. You know, another good site you can try for that sort of thing, if you don't want to do it yourself, is, let me find it. I just sent it to someone else today. This is from a friend of mine named Dave. It's called Help an SEO Out. I'll go ahead and throw that in the chat. I don't even have an affiliate link or anything like that, but let me put that in the chat. Yeah, you know, the way this works is you sign up for it and you get put on a list, and then it gives you access to a bunch of like local sites. Hey, Blair. I know Blair. And then you can kind of like negotiate with people to get them. And it's local, like actual local business sites. So I think that the different levels are like based on how many you have or whatever. But yeah, I think it's a cool concept. It's a little bit complicated, but the sites that you get access to, I think, are well worth it. So that's kind of what you're looking for. And they're not even like fake sites like you're talking about. Like this is actual like sites that you can get links on. So help an SEO out. Kathy and Diana on TikTok. Thank you, Tebby. All right, we got about 10 minutes remain. I sound like a UFC commentator, but I'm talking in minutes instead of seconds. Look at something here. While we're waiting, well, no, we're not really waiting, but while I'm waiting for some more questions, again, please subscribe. I've put so much effort into this channel, and it has never really taken off like I would like it to. So. Also, niche URLs like medical can be very helpful. Yeah, definitely. I run a blog on AI niche. Oh, that's cool. What's the best way to determine where to send a link to, homepage or service page, and how often you choose keyword as the anchor versus a long tail? So the way I do it is, let's say you have I don't know, let's say you have a therapist is your site, like a psychologist or what. I don't know what the correct term is, but what I do is send like guest post type links to the homepage with just what I call industry level anchors. So like therapist or psychologist or whatever. And then for the like location pages, that's where I send exact anchors. So therapist in Pittsburgh. I don't know why I chose Pittsburgh, but like that, right? So like basically we want to theme the site by using industry level anchors to the homepage, and then location specific ones to the location pages or service pages. Hopefully that makes sense. Also, what you can do is use your blogs as like power page, not those stupid ones like that one you sent me on Facebook, like actual informational blogs about your site or your industry or whatever. And like then link those to the homepage and then target those with like PBNs and things like that. Good one, Aaron. Aaron, you keep up with these good questions. We don't have to talk tomorrow. I'm kidding, of course. Yeah. Yeah. So if you have like, okay, continuing the therapist example, if you had like a blog post that was, I don't know, what is cognitive behavioral therapy? And your site, like you want to rank your page for like CBT, and we'll continue with Pittsburgh. You could link to the blog post, like from the blog post to the service page, and then send the PBN links to the blog post so they like get more powerful and more relevant, and push that onto it's like power pages. Alan, or excuse me, Taboo Chiropractic and Sports Medicine Clinic says upload your sitemap to Claude along with your content and ask it to link internally to semantical relevant material. Check you out. Man, you have really you have really come a long way in the years I've known you. That is a great tip. Bruh, I am going to start straight agency growth questions tomorrow. Fair. I prefer those anyway. Can you suggest me what kind of services I can sell on LIGITT? So I'm not going to pick on you. I know you were trying to say legit. What you need to do is figure out what skill you have that is valuable to a business, and then turn that into an offer. And an offer is different from a service. An offer is what result you are going to get for a client, and then the service is how you are going to get that result. So come up with an offer that you are good at, that businesses need, and turn that into a service. I don't know you, so I can't tell you what you're good at, but don't come up with something just because you think it will sell. Come up with something that you are good at. And if you're not good at anything, you need to go get good at things. So hopefully that helps. Debbie, when you say upload the content, are you meaning upload a screenshot of each page? Yeah, I suppose that's a bit, could use a bit of a clarification, but I took it to mean you just upload the sitemap and links to the content or something. To be honest, I didn't really think it through. All right, 5 minutes left, and then we're going to call it a day. We've had some people come and go on TikTok. Oh, now it's making me verify. Hold on. That's so dumb. Live will end. Returning your complete verification to continue your current live. All right. For the two of you watching on TikTok, sorry about that, but let's keep it going. I did get, send me a heart. That would be wonderful. I don't know what I get for those, but do it anyway, because I like the dopamine. Ella has come and gone several times. Say hello, Ella. I'd like to talk to you. Aaron, you use the entire sitemap with the individual links. So you mean, when you say the individual links, do you mean like the main sitemap and then like the post sitemap and the pages sitemap, like the URL to each of those? Is that what you mean? Or the actual links within the sitemap? Because that could get pretty cumbersome. But I suppose you can just extract that somehow. That's interesting. That's good. It's a good idea. I'm going to try that myself. That's a great tip, Tibby. See what happens when smart people and Aaron put their brains together. I don't know why I always pick on Aaron. Also, I want to thank Aaron and Tebby and Larry and some of the others here. You guys have been coming to these for years, and if I've not properly expressed how much I appreciate that, I want to do that now. So thank you. That you have all the time that you spend some of it here is something I will always appreciate. So thank you for that. And let me get a little sip. The input image limit is so large, you could probably copy the text for each page. It is and it isn't. Like Claude, I run out of Claude, I don't know what you call it, tokens, I guess, pretty quickly. And they like limit me. That's my biggest gripe with Claude is the limits. So. All right. 2 minutes left. If you have any questions, get them in. Otherwise, I'm not going to promise. I don't like to commit to something and then renege. But please message me. All right, message me. Question it. Put a question in before I get in. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up here in just a second. AI Image Art says, thank you, Chris. Thank you, AI Image Art. I wonder if you mean artwork or if you're just like a dude named Art. That's dumb. Yeah, the Claude desktop app I don't like because of that. I had Pro even and had limits, so I canceled it. Same. I mean, I've not used the desktop app, but yeah, I've run into limits even with that. Do you recommend 2 to 3 blogs per month on a site? How often should you add new pages about services? Or like for services, you should you don't really need to ever update those unless something changes, but if you should list all of your services as soon as they exist. For blog posts, it doesn't matter. Can you show my profile once more? Sure. There you go. I'm going to give you a tip. Get a picture of yourself instead of this. I was going to say pretty. She's really not all that pretty, but these stock pictures of pretty white people do not work. Okay, go get a picture of yourself and put that in your thumbnails, and it'll get more clicks that way. Aaron, thanks for the message. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Chris. I followed you. Well, thank you, Oladejo. I do accept donations to my benevolent foundation dedicated to keeping me a style that I would like to become accustomed to. I'm actually going to do you a favor and not donate because you're married, and I know that's just going to go directly to her. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it for today. I don't think it's going to. It is going to do it for today. Hey, Joshua, what's up, buddy? You're coming in right at the end. But stick, subscribe, follow, like, do all the things. Check out Legit. Check out my channel. I would appreciate a subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.